Colleen Hoover is back on Instagram, but she's removed all traces of Blake Lively. Also, Hollywood, can we stop this narrative that both of them are marching towards mutually assured destruction? One of them's just trying to defend himself. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We got a lot to go through, including this piece, which I definitely need to rant on, so stay tuned. We'll get there in a minute. First, we got to get to this news. Colleen Hoover is back. She's not retired, and she scraped all posts, mentions, photos of Blake Lively. The whole thing's gone. What does that mean? We're going to unpack that, also talk about who's following her, etc. But first, we got to thank this episode's sponsor. Guys, we can't make this kind of content without amazing sponsors, and this episode is brought to you by a great one, PDS Debt. Make this the year you start to get a debt and finally stop feeling crushed by it. The first step is to contact PDS Debt for a personalized debt solution right there on their website, pdsdebt.com. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances aren't going down, PDS Debt has solutions for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no minimum credit score required. Bad and fair credit accepted. Make this the year you finally get control of your debt. Get a free debt analysis at pdsdebt.com/popcorn. It only takes 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/popcorn. PDS Debt has customized options for anybody struggling with credit cards, personal loans, collections, or medical bills. They strive to understand your specific scenario and can help provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free. So use our link pinned down below to get a free debt analysis from PDS Debt at pdsdebt.com/popcorn. Appreciate them so much for sponsoring this video. Hope you'll check out PDS Debt. So grateful, all the sponsors that support them, any creators you see, they help us do what we do. So let's get to what we do. Colleen Hoover, she said she was retiring, or that was the rumors. She deactivated the account after defending Blake very loudly. And now all that support, all mentions are gone. Now, to be fair, no mentions of Justin either, but I don't think there were a lot on this either. As we've gone through, this Redditor put together some good numbers, some data for us to actually look at. She now has 5,697 posts. She previously had 5,665 posts. So that means she deleted 32 posts. Also, she had 2,975 account followers before. Now she has 2,964, meaning she unfollowed 11 accounts. Now, 11 people could have blocked her, I suppose. Not incredibly easy to tell, but a lot of people are noticing that Blake is not following her anymore. And so a lot of theories as to what's happening. As we go through, I want to check it while we're here, because it could be happening literally live. I want to see Blake Lively. Okay, so she's still following Blake. This is Colleen's account. Van City. Yeah, there it is. He's still there. She's following both Ryan and Blake. Is she following Justin? No. A lot of Justins, but no Justin Baldoni. Okay, so there you go. So she's still following. Now, when we go to Blake's account, here is a picture of her straightening the crown of Colleen. All the photos of Colleen are all there, as you can see, other images, etc. on her account. Real quick, I do want to, this term, I got the best compliment of my life. Someone on social called me a crown straightener. A woman going around straightening all the women's crowns around her. I find that so actually negative. Who's to say they wanted their crown straightened? Who's to say they needed their crown straightened? Who's to say they didn't prefer their crown straightened? Why are you suddenly the judge and chooser of whose crown looks the straightest and best? This, again, is exactly what Blake Lively does. Takes control, makes you wear her ugly jeans, put on her weird patches and her stupid hair, all this stuff. She requires you to dress like her, and as if she knows better than anybody else. The entitlement of this woman is so off-putting. And of course, but anyway, I digress. Crown straightener, Blake Lively, is she following Colleen? Let's see. No, she's not following a single Colleen. Not a single one. Is she following Justin? No, not a surprise there. Is she following her husband? That would be a score. She is following her husband. Okay, there we go. We're checking it out. Let's check Ryan. Justin Justin is following Blake still. That is interesting. I think he's probably doing that because he doesn't want to seem like he's being negative. At this point, it is what it is. He is not following Ryan. He's not following Ryan, but he is also not following Colleen. Now, I don't know when that stopped. Maybe after she supported Blake. But he did unfollow or seems to not be following Colleen. And then just to round it all out, Ryan also not following Colleen. Now, to be fair, I don't know if he ever was. Is he following Justin? That'd be pretty telling. No. Is he following his wife? Yes. Okay, there you go. But the real takeaway here is that Colleen is back, unretired, and clearly removing things about Blake Lively, it seems. Why? Is she just trying to play out of it, get in the middle? I don't know, but it's pretty telling. You don't to come back like that. That's a statement. To be like, yep, I removed all that. Yikes. Speaking about yikes, this narrative scares me because this is where it's going to go. James Hibbard's a pretty big deal writer over at The Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter, in one of the biggest Hollywood stories that everyone's fascinated with. And his takeaway is that they're both marching towards mutually assured destruction. The DOO seems hell-bent on controlling the narrative, while the press and public feeding off of Hollywood's best feud are the real winners. I find this ignorant, despicable, just completely bad journalism. How can you say that when he said nothing about her? She comes out with this accusation that's now proving to be problematic itself, and he's not allowed to defend himself? He's just continuing to destroy himself? I think it's the opposite. If anything, he's garnered far more support. It trying to make this connection to Succession, which is a great show, by the way. But if you read Lively's, if you only read her complaint, you'll be convinced that Baldoni is a fake feminist who made grossly inappropriate comments to his co-star, forced her into compromising scenarios, yada, yada, and ordered a social media campaign for speaking out. There's so much smoke witnessed by so many other named people who will doubtlessly be disposed. You cannot believe there is no fire. Really, dude? Like who? Like, what is this guy talking about? We've read them both. If you only read Baldoni's, you'll be convinced Live is a bullying diva who, aided by her husband, manufactured a list of out-of-context harassment complaints in order to seize control of the film, forced him to sign a 30-point confessional, then overreacted to social media backlash by slipping her accusations to the New York Times. That's pretty bad and proven. Several of her claims are disputed with additional purported texts, and it's easy to conclude that she misrepresented a lot of her allegations. I mean, that's pretty big, dude. That's pretty big compared to this. Whereas if you read both lawsuits, you'll be convinced that you'll never want to work in Hollywood and should instead seek out a less treacherous career. But you are The Hollywood Reporter, bro. And this is your take? Ridiculous. What overwhelmingly comes across is a sense of exhausting falseness among a sprawling assortment of broken toy characters who default to complex mechanisms to get what they want instead of taking the simpler path of being honest, respectful, and sincere. That's what he's trying. And if you're having serious conversations about astroturfing or crumbs or erasing telltale emojis from leaked text, you've taken a wrong turn somewhere. I find this so despicable. As if he volunteered his phone. As if he asked for any of this. He didn't. And in fact, she did do a lot of this stuff, and he stayed silent for the betterment of the film. Let her do it all, and just moved on. Never played victim or complained once. And now when he defends himself legally after she puts out false claims, he's the problem too? I've always tried to be fair in this, but I got to be honest. I am Team Justin. If it's all true, and she can't prove a smoking gun, which it doesn't seem like she can, he absolutely got railroaded, and he absolutely deserves to defend himself. And no, that's not him as a broken toy character, exhausting falseness. That would be the two superstars that I think you're just too afraid to truly call out, James Hibbard, because as the Hollywood Reporter, you know, they're more Hollywood. And the truth is Hollywood is dying. Nobody cares anymore about celebrities in Hollywood. It's all crumbling. Literally, the city is in fire and everything. It's horrible what's happening to LA. But beyond even just the natural disasters, just the reality of it's not the same city it once was. productions down. People aren't going to movies. Celebrities just got too full of themselves. It is a mess out in Hollywood for many reasons. So maybe you're just desperately trying to cling on to the ideals of Blake and Ryan are really, I don't know, but that frustrates me to no end. Did anybody else get frustrated by this piece? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want this to be the narrative. It's a very Amber Heard tactic of eventually I worry what's going to happen. Blake is going to lose, but she's going to say, I gave up because he just kept harassing me and I couldn't keep it handling anymore for my own mental health. And then fools like James Hibbert's going to be like, well, I guess we'll never know. When it's like, we know. She never provided a lick of evidence. So we know enough. I don't know. Do you guys know enough? And what do you think of Colleen's back on Instagram without any Blake? Is that something that's a sign to you as well? I want to hear your thoughts and theories down below. So make sure you hit that subscribe, hit the bell first, hit that all so you get notifications when you do. Smash the like. And then, yes, tell me what you think in the box. Leave a comment. We got so much more coming for you on this story and more. So stay tuned here on Popcorn Planet.